All right. So the question of the day: why is zombie meat even in this game? Anyway, all right. So this is my chicken farm. This is the second recording. I'm going to overlay some of the first recording on the screen at times, just to show you a comparison of how many chickens I did have. This is my chicken farm, uh, and this is actually pretty empty right here. You can see the chickens taking damage there because they're getting shot by the eggs that are being recycled back into the tank. And as you can see, it's basically a constant stream. They're just taking excessive amounts of damage. Um, anyway, so I just wanted to explain the way I set this whole thing up in case somebody else wanted to build it or whatever. All right, so oh, and the reason why this is the second take is the chicken farm was so full of chickens that I could only push 5 to 7 frames at a time, and it made recording almost impossible. And moving, I would click on this box over here, and it would take like 10 seconds for it to open. It was ridiculous. Anyway, as you can see, I've got some leaks. But, okay, so in the middle here, so this is the tank, this is the breeding tank, whatever you want to call it, the main one that generates the eggs. Right in the middle, as you saw, there's a post that goes down, and it splits it right at this torch. Half the water flows this way in this tank level right here. We can see it over here on the other end. And then half the water from the bottom, as you can see, flows this way. And then the eggs fall into that water through there, get piped into this, then shot back into this tank to repopulate the tank. This whole thing that I have built here, how many chickens you see, and I'm going to walk around and show you some of the stuff I've got from it. Started from 16 eggs, which generated 3 chickens. There's a pig in here. And then it just exploded into this. So you have water up here. There's a trough in the middle. Let's see if we can get in here. See, there's the trough right there. Same thing on the other side. And so they swim here. The eggs fall through. This water's flowing down, as you can see. And the eggs fall down through there while the chickens don't. And the eggs that go that way go to... That's where I can get food, right? I can go in there easily, just kill some chickens, and basically have an infinite food supply, while the chickens on this side are busy repopulating the tank. Basically, so I never run out of eggs ever. In fact, it gets out of control, and I've got to kill chickens with reckless abandon. These devices here are pulsing. These keep the droppers and the dispensers firing the eggs. That's why I have the sound turned off, is the chicken feet and the droppers and dispenser sounds just get insanely annoying. I normally run with block sounds off. The chickens aren't so bad from a distance, but this clicking is... I can't handle it, so I turn off block sounds. If anybody knows how to simply disable that clicking, it would be awesome to know. So anyway, let's go back here real quick. So that's how the main thing works. You can build varying designs of this, but I've put the floor of this area. The eggs shoot out there, hit this wall. Made the floor of this area hoppers, so that the drops from that fall through the floor to harvest the eggs. And I had a previous design, again, it'll be in the overlay, where I had a rail system that was running around this thing, grabbing them out. But now, this is just temporary for right now, the eggs fall through and get dropped into these chests to hold my stuff for now. Anyway, I just killed all the chickens. That's why there was a lot of babies. But as you can see, there was 3 sets of rails that went through the carts that picked them out of the droppers and then would drop them into these guys. And then, as you can see, it's been running for a while. These double chests down here almost completely filled with eggs. The eventual goal here, which is still a work in progress, is I'm actually going to rebuild this a little better and they'll be piped down into droppers, which will bring them down into the three egg things, three egg hoppers or storage areas. And then as I need to, I'll just continue to tunnel this down and build these down for eggs. I don't know what I'd do with that many eggs, or I'll never use them. But I have a lifetime supply of food, eggs. There's the chicken meat from all the chickens I've killed. When I went through last time and killed a bunch of things, I went from like rank 8 to rank 32 or 30 or something. Here's all the feathers and whatnot. So the remnants of a rail system that I had down there. Anyway, so that's the chicken farm in practice. This isn't an actual survival, no cheats enabled, so it's all built, just straight up, no mods, really easy, not that hard of a design. So yeah, if we can switch over here to my test environment, I was trying to see if that would work. Too bad it doesn't. And then I was trying to see if I could generate gravel. It doesn't. Here's one I built out of glass in portions of it so that I could show how it works. So again, we're right below the tank. You have your post going through. You have a block of water, and this is built to the extreme where it goes the furthest out. And any eggs laid would come down into a hopper, gets piped in to droppers and whatnot. This is crazy wiring, but anyway, I was experimenting. And then this side gets piped back in and repopulates the tank. This side, again, the dual side, it gets popped into these droppers, which blasts them into this food area. And I was experimenting with an automated system here where I could drop lava in there and then that water would come in and, maybe the water was supposed to stop. Apparently not. There we go. But what happens is it just burns everything. Still working on that. But anyway, that's the basic gist. And so all you need to do is this split design right here. So the water flows into the middle, and then they fall into the trough. And the way you get the water to not fall down with it is you put these signs along one side and the water will not come down. The eggs will fall through and fall through, but the chickens won't, the water won't. So it works like that. This other area over here, let's get out of here. This one was just basically a way, like if I picked up eggs out in the world, I could throw them in here and they just shoot in there, rather than carrying eggs around. Just basically is an easy way to put eggs in the tank. But anyway, yeah, that's the basic idea of a chicken farm. It's really the easiest and best way to build up a food supply in Minecraft. I mean, you literally, once it's built, it just runs itself. You don't have to do anything. And as you saw in my survival map, you have an infinite food supply with like no work. I just check in every now and then, kill a bunch of chickens if I need to, or like you saw, there's just a chest full of raw chicken I can throw in the oven at any point. And then obviously you could automate that with some setup like this right here, where you could just set chicken in there and it just pipes through. Right here I was just experimenting with different things, but whoops. Anyway. And then here was basically the idea behind what I had going on underneath there. So you could put 4 chicken in there, and we'll start him up again, maybe. And see, they're all gone because they're in him, and each time he passes that activator rail, he's dropping them down in this hopper, down into, well, since there's stuff there, it's not going to go anywhere, but like if it was chicken, it could come down. I had rocks in there, so it was falling down into that burner and then burning. So anyway, that's the chicken farm infinite food supply. Hope you get the gist of it and can apply it to your own worlds.